action items, approve the July 13th, 2022 meeting minutes.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve.
Second that motion.
Thank you. That was Commissioner Flowers. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Next issue, quarter 3 scoreboard. Trish is there.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning.
I believe you have your quarter 3 scorecard in your Granicus system, and I think there may be a slide as well. I think this is going to be a short and sweet update for us today.
Well, I guess all green.
All green, yep.
All green, yeah.
Yay.
We are meeting our goals in all of our areas with an updated year-to-date score of 104. That's located in the bottom right-hand corner. Just as a bit of navigation, because I know we only look at this once a quarter, so it's good to be reminded how this is laid out. We have along the left-hand side the 5 main priorities for Psta: community support, financial stability, customer service, employee engagement, and commitment to performance. And then there are individual metrics that measure our performance in each of those areas, laid out there moving to the right. And our Q3 performance results and points are listed here. And then our overall score is totaled in the bottom right-hand corner. I'll just point out a couple of highlights from the scorecard this quarter. Our state federal legislative initiative advancements, we are happy that we have been able to receive a federal FTA grant for electric buses and infrastructure. The VW settlement funds were also made available for transit, and we have restored the TD Innovative Service Development Fund. So those were all big things that we were pushing for with our legislative priorities this year.
Do we have VW funds already?
We don't.
Oh, I didn't.
But they're available for transit.
All right, well,
Well, okay,
already
that's true.
available for
In
public transit.
in the previous quarter, the legislature or governor's office made them available, thanks to our lobbying. That's true.
It has to move forward in baby steps, right?
So do we know when we might get some of that?
Ron just said at the last meeting that he hoped in the next 2 months.
Great.
They had said early in the state's fiscal year, which started on July 1st, so I don't know what the definition of early means. September
First
seems a
quarter,
little
maybe?
questionable whether that's
All
early.
right.
Okay,
All right.
great.
We also have made good improvement in our the key metrics that we track compared to our American bus benchmarking peers. We have a goal close to the bottom. It's labeled Org 15, where we try to improve those metrics where we are below average compared to that peer group. And we have improved in reducing our CO2 emissions, our driver training hours, so the amount of training that our drivers are receiving, and our passenger trips per revenue mile ratio. So those are all improved year to date as of the end of the third quarter.
Yes.
So we're overall looking very good and moving strongly into our fourth quarter. We are currently conducting our employee engagement survey, and our customer service survey results are being processed. So we'll have updated results in Q4 for both of those areas.
Great job.
Great job
Good.
to everyone, yes.
Trish, maybe you could first explain how you get extra credit points, how PSA gets extra credit points, and then also how the slight changes that you'll see as we transition to our new strategic plan.
Yes. So we have designed this scorecard to allow for up to 10% bonus points for overachieving beyond the goal. So that's how we end up with a score of 104. Where we are over a goal, we earn up to 10% bonus points for that area. We are, as a sneak preview, we are updating our performance count scorecard to align with our sustainable strategic plan. which, as you know, has three key priorities in it: the healthy communities and workforce, economic vitality, and environmental sustainability. Those three are going to replace the previous 5 key metrics along the left-hand side of the scorecard. So we won't be bucketing our goals into community support, financial stability, customer service, employee engagement, and commitment to performance anymore. We will be bucketing them into healthy communities and workforce, economic vitality, and environmental sustainability. Some of the goals will carry forward, but some new goals are being established, especially in the area of environmental sustainability, to really target our performance in that area. So we'll be previewing that. It's in development right now, but we'll be previewing it with you probably in September, October, and then using that for our upcoming year. So that's a good move forward for us, because then it aligns with the strategic priorities in the Sustainable Strategic Plan, and gets all of our employees moving in the same direction on the same goals.
So we'll still have the American bus benchmark goal though, right?
Well, we will still be tracking our performance in those areas, and I'm sure that we can provide updates on those metrics. I'm not sure that that one will specifically carry forward to the next version of this, but that's absolutely something that we will still be paying attention to and can certainly continue to discuss.
I mean, I'd like to see that at least once a year, how we do.
Yeah.
Even if it's not one of these goals.
Definitely agree, and I think, actually, I can't remember, but I think we are pulling out some of the specific areas that we seem to historically rank, we're below average on, and pulling those up individually as their own goals for
Right,
improvement.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
But if we're not gonna be, well, I mean, you'll be doing that anyway, but we won't necessarily be seeing that on.
No, I think those are either in the departmental level or on the Psta, the new one.
Okay.
You'll see.
But if we could get on an annual basis, just where we are
Yeah.
with the American
I like that idea.
benchmarks, that would be great.
I love that idea. Yeah, awesome.
Any other questions? Looking good.
Looking good, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
all right. August board meeting, Brad?
Yes, three of you, Chair Gerard, Vice Chair Driscoll, and Secretary Treasurer Mayor, will see this scorecard again. Well, you'll see the scores again on Friday. And when our personnel committee meets, because
Oh, yeah.
basically this is my score. Makes up 80% of my overall score, just like all the other employees.
Okay.
That's how that works. Moving on to the agenda here. I already had it up. So we're holding a public hearing on the relatively minor or benign service adjustments we're making on the Central Avenue trolley and the Route 18, which travels on First Avenue North and South, that overlaps the Sunrunner service expansion. We're holding that hearing on next week, and then the planning committee will meet the following week and receive any public comment that we receive and make a recommendation on those changes to go into effect when the Sunrunner goes into effect. So that we don't have overlapping services necessarily in the same corridor. In addition, the city of St. Pete Beach has asked us to suspend nighttime transit service. So we're going to receive public comment on the proposal to suspend the Central Avenue trolley after 6 o'clock. The Central Avenue trolley, at the city's insistence, was already cut back to no longer go down to Paso Grill like it had been forever. it stops at the County Beach Park, so it completely overlaps now with Sunrunner. It's just that my only concern is that there are more stops on the trolley than there are on the Sunrunner. There's only 2 stops along the beach for the Sunrunner, and 2 stations. And then, the trolley has like 8 or 9 in front of each hotel. So we're gonna track the ridership on it. I mean, originally the city wanted to totally eliminate the trolley. So at least I've asked for, at least let's see how the ridership trends once Sunrunner is up and running, and see how it goes. So we'll hopefully be able to continue some trolley service to those other stops.
And their rationale for the request is,
Safety.
yeah, I
They don't want
mean,
people.
they always argue, but
Yeah, they're worried that too many people will come there, I guess,
But you will,
increase
there's people that work
traffic.
in the hotels, huh?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
I guess those people don't live in St. Pete Beach, so.
We have U-Pass agreements where the employees ride for free at Trade Winds, which we will have a Sunrunner station for, so I think that'll be okay. But they also at the Postcard Inn, which is there, and that's kind of in the middle,
Right.
where we have a trolley stop, but we don't have a Sunrunner stop that's really very walkable to the Postcard Inn in that little area right there by those hotels. So stay tuned on that. So that's the action item. That's probably the main action item for this month. The other main item we're gonna have is a presentation about our Psta access program that we've had some discussions of previously, but we've finally made some really good progress on some of the initiatives with the software that Commissioner Cox has been focused on, and we're also gonna try to bring some customers who have experienced the new and improved access, where you can request the ride real time today and get a ride. And people are really liking that
yeah, I have it on my
option.
phone now, thanks to
And then now, yeah, we're rolling out an app. We've got a few customers using it right now to work out the kinks on the app. But I think that's the next phase, because that will suddenly make it so you don't have to make a phone call every time you want to ride, and wait on hold, and you can do it in the middle of the night. You know, you can schedule on your app 24/7 the rides that you need. So I think that will be the next wave. So we're excited about that. Duke Eastman agreement is a follow-on to the action that the board already took, and the easement was not ready to go last week, so instead it's this is a no-cost easement that we're granting them so they can come onto the property and do the electrical work. And then we have our FDOT mandated transit development plan progress report that we have to do annually. Every 5 years, we have to do a major update of our plan. This is a state requirement that we do that. So Heather will be talking there. I think that's it for now. Hopefully we'll hear some positive news in the next week or so on the federal grant for the Clearwater Transit Center. So maybe we'll have some celebration at the board meeting then. On
There you
that.
go.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Hopefully. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, anything else?
Can you tell us about this, the public hearing on the changing the route?
Yeah.
I think it's next week.
I think it's on the 11th.
Yes, public hearing?
Yeah, do you know
It's
what
on
time?
the 11th at noon,
11th at noon.
downstairs in the boardroom.
It's a question whether or not federal requirement is that you have a public hearing whenever there are service reductions or a fare increase. then every agency has to create their own public participation process. Cassandra and I had a little debate whether this is defined as a service reduction, since overall, it's not a service reduction, it's a service expansion with the Sunrunner.
Well, fewer stops, right?
Yeah, so we're having the public hearing. I don't know if we'll get too much public comment. But we have an online system where we're taking public comments. They can email us or provide comments at our transit centers too. They don't have to come to PSTA.
If we could maybe re-emphasize that those are options for people from the public to make their comments, because, persons who are probably more apt to ride the service, who it may matter to, they're not gonna be here at 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
I know.
And the reason I'm saying this is because I know for a fact that the conversations regarding the Sunrunner and all, that's been going on for years. And, there have been all kinds of social media things and news stories about it's coming, and now to get all of these questions about what are these big things on the side of the road, and just all of that. And so I respond like, hey, this thing has been in the works for years, and, if you just pay attention to the signs, you'll see you're not supposed to ride that lane, you only get in that lane when you turn, And so, some of the individuals, well, I didn't know, and I understand, not everybody's in tune to social media, not everybody uses it. Not everybody is in tune to politics, when it comes to attending our meetings. When I say our, I mean, city council or county commission. And so they miss it. It's not that you're not doing a good job at it, they miss it. And then when they miss it, they cause this big stink that now brings other people into the conversation.
Right.
So that's the only reason why I'm asking if maybe we can reiterate that, we know this meeting is held at noon. If you're unable to attend, here are other ways that you can provide your input so that it can be considered, because I think PSTA does consider the opinions of its ridership and the community.
Yes.
But, just to reiterate that, because, and, I send you some of the stuff as it comes in. I'm like, okay, we got this, what's the story on it? And then I got 1,000,001 calls, as probably some others did, when the gas station guy went on Bay News 9. I did see what his issue was. That's a whole nother topic, but I'm just saying, he was already complaining, then to see it on Bay News 9, and then just to see all of the questions. So just, if we could do that, and I think as board members, we do it as well. We try to, in our own way, try to get the information out about what's going on at our board meetings and stuff.
And thank you for sending those things to me too. I sent our outreach folks out to talk to him after he posted that stuff, the gas station guy.
Yeah, the gas station.
But then, and other businesses and residents along that corridor, the outreach folks are out and about talking to everybody.
And by the way, I'm gonna send you a picture too. Another gentleman has made a bus stop his house. I took a picture of him this morning and I said, I need you to move that stuff. That has nothing to do with this, but anyway, I'll send that picture.
Okay.
But thank you for considering that, just for information.
I mean, it's a little challenging with this St. Pete Beach issue because they are, since the beginning of PSTA, they're not a member of, they're not a part of PSTA. They're separate. And so they pay us for the services that run in their city. And, their city commission decided that they don't really very much want services coming from other communities to their beach. So we really should have the public comment from opportunities, trying to make it available to people in St. Pete Beach.
It's crazy.
And then if
It's crazy.
if they want the service, then they need to talk to their commission. They need to talk to their
But
city.
your beach won't survive without people coming in, spending their
People have to
dollars.
work. And get to through work.
Yeah.
I wonder
And there's
if,
no
since
parking.
they want fewer people on the beach, I wonder if they are willing to give up the funding for advertising that they receive.
Oh, don't even go there because they
Well,
claim they don't get enough.
Yeah,
They-
it sounds like they might be getting too much if there are too many people.
I agree.
So it might be time to revisit that.
I agree.
Yeah, I think the
I have a
the
meeting
trade
coming
unions
up
would
with
probably
CBD.
disagree with the city council.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hotels are very
I
supportive of
agree.
I'm sure
Sunrunner.
they are.
They
Uh,
are.
the businesses are super supportive, yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
our
of
apprentices
course.
need to speak
Yeah.
up a little bit more
I
and
know, I wish they
this
would.
could spark a conversation.
Great
Just a
suggestion.
thought.
Great suggestion.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
suggestion.
Anyway.
I like that.
Okay, anything else?
No?
So you will let us know immediately when we hear about any
Great, yes.
new money coming from the federal government.
Is that in regard to what
Fingers
Janet
crossed.
said?
It's not a real thing yet.
Yeah, she made that announcement. I don't want people to think that it's a for sure thing. That's why I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
You never
that
really
was
asked. Yeah,
premature.
she's talking.
Yeah, all of our eyes kind of went, what? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, county administrators, I just met with them on Friday. I know.
And I said,
I
Yeah.
told Commissioner Long,
I said
correctly,
I
I used one of her own
attend-
phrases, I said, well, let's not get over our skis.
Right,
She
right.
doesn't say that.
I like that.
Actually, you're supposed to be over your skis, but.
Isn't
Did
that
you
what
ever
she
ski
says?
yours? I know, but you're.
Get too
You're
far over
supposed to
your
lean
skis.
over the.
far.
Get
Yeah,
too
you're
far
supposed
over your
to-
skis.
Oh,
Far.
too far over your skis, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew there was something missing there. Okay. All right, well, I guess we are adjourned then.
Great meeting.
Thank you.
All right.
Like I'm short.
Everyone have a wonderful
Not
day.
as quick as the legislative is.
Yes, we had 18, this is 21, you're right.
To pick up, no, to pick up JJ's eyeglasses.
Epitome of efficiency.
Okay.
I like a short meeting.